Yeah, I have to agree with you. And in my notes, I said it's funny. And we can get into something else here. Mark Smith had himself a night tonight because
Boy, did he!
it's
He had
funny.
a legendary performance, didn't he?
It's funny. Like Mark Smith had, he DQs Random Marcos, and which we can get into in a bit. But let me just finish this thought. But I mean, he DQs Marcos for an accidental strike to a grounded opponent, which is really just a stupid rule. And the reason that the rule exists is because they needed to have it that way for them to basically be able to have MMA sanctioned in North America. If they were going to use the pride rules of the soccer kicks and all that, they had to modify it because no governing body was going to allow that to occur. And but yeah, Jacoby, meanwhile, grabs the cage like 5 times when he's fending off Kudabala. He looking like he went to the Devison Figueiredo school of fence grabbing. He warns him multiple times, doesn't take a point, and it's pretty ridiculous in my opinion. And and let's just hold it right here. Just to go back to the Random Marcos thing, I think we were both on the right side of that DQ.
Oh, yeah. Cash it, baby.
And, really quickly, I'm just going to say this. For the people that said that she was acting, I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name. But for this woman was making her UFC debut.
Luana Pinheiro.
Yeah, Pinheiro. Thank you. She was making her UFC debut. She was frankly pretty much winning the fight up until that eye poke that kind of pissed Marcos off, that sent her in kind of in a rage mode there for the little bit of the fight. It got back down to the ground. And then as she was getting back up, apart from it just being her toes, the fact of the matter is that she was, when you're kicking somebody in the face and she wasn't expecting it, it's a blindsided attack, right?
True.
And, it takes the wind out of you. And then she also kicked her in the stomach right after, which, that could have been also what she was feeling, was that kick to the stomach, which is obviously not an illegal strike. But I think that explains a lot of just the way that she looked. She looked really dazed. And, at one point, I think that she asked what happened. Like she was like, did I lose?
Yeah.
That may have been lost in translation.
Hey, Al, I'm going to tell you right now, if that was, okay, listen, I'm not saying it was, I'm not implying it at all. Okay. I honestly, I really don't care. I just wanted to cash the ticket. I'm just glad I won the bet. Okay. Acting or not, if that was acting, that's high level stuff, man. That's really getting into the psychology of a really hurt person. Did I lose? Like knowing you're about to get a DQ win, the ref's like, oh, that's pretty genuine. You know what? Let's give her the win. I like that. I'll put it like this. If she was acting, she absolutely deserves the Oscar over Aljo. That guy's acting sucked. Aljo, if he had like a movie booked where they had like a minor part, the producer watched that fight and was like, oh, this is not going to work. Can we bring in what's Dwight Grant up to? You know what I mean? Aljo, the acting, at the way, gets his hand raised. He's like, what? Where am I? I'm the champ. But listen, honestly, man, and listen, I hate to say it. We can say maybe there's some acting involved. We'll never know. We'd have to put ourselves within the mind of the fighter at the time. It is what it is. It's a rule of the sport. For better or worse, it's how it goes. Did Random Marcos hit her with an illegal kick? Was it significant? I think anyone would have to say yes. Did she maybe play it up? Maybe. Maybe not, though. Maybe she was absolutely devastated, and the fight shouldn't. Oh, listen, we want to talk acting. Like another thing, she was carried from the octagon to the back. I mean, that's commitment to the role right there, Al. So, but again, I'm not implying anything. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt that she was hurt. She absolutely was dominating the fight, dude. Those were some of the best judo throws I've ever seen in my life. That was sick. I did want to see the chick's gas tank. I wanted to see if she could go deeper into a fight and maintain that pace. Still have question marks, but nonetheless, dude, that was a good performance. I'm glad we both cashed on it. Al, go ahead. I kind of stole your point there.
No worries. It's just like, I'm a fan of Random Marcos. She's a Canadian. I'm a fan of hers. I was on the other side. I thought she might have been a little bit outclassed in this fight, but, it's a dumb rule, and it should have been a no contest. And that's why I think Mark Smith is an idiot. If she wasn't able to continue, it's apart from like what looked like, in the midst of a fight. I'm not going to say that Peter Yan meant to knee Aljo, but it was just like in the midst of a pretty heated fight. And it's just a lot different. And with the Aljo thing, it was like, yeah, that's a title involved. So, the acting is there's, if you're approaching this like from an investigator's perspective, there's no motive for Pinheiros to have faked this. She was making her UFC debut
and dominating.
Yes, there was no motive for her to, it's just it doesn't make sense. And it's, to be legit, it's pretty disrespectful that the first thing that Paul Felder said, a fighter himself, was that she was acting. Like, I think that's a little bit more down the road of Joe Rogan or something like that. But, it was just it was just unfortunate. But we won, and I had the under in that fight too, which was like cash at like a plus 195. But anyway,